streaming services and just pirate everything and then just donate money to the people who make stuff you like.
Yeah, yeah. One of the things I will say is this is very much like a US issue. Like every other country, every other film industry, barring say anime, that would be the only thing that I can think of that this would be the case. But every other film industry, TV industry creates original content. There's not this mill of remaking,
Yeah.
rehashing the same thing. One
And
of my, go ahead.
and like even in terms of TV with like in the UK, like most of their stuff is like limited series. It's not like, oh, this show is successful, we're going to have to make it for the next 20 years. There are a couple of
Oh
those,
yeah.
but then there's some things where it's like, no, we're designing this as a 6 episode series, and then if it works or if we have more ideas, we'll come back to it in a few years.
Yeah. Well, one of the two points. One of the things in Europe that I loved was the Sherlock Holmes series. They literally did the Sherlock Holmes stories
Yes.
and then stopped. They didn't try to create original Sherlock Holmes stories, even though
Okay.
there's more of it out there.
Yeah.
They did, I forget exactly, 5 seasons plus an extended episode or something like that.
Yeah.
That was probably the most experimental. The second piece is I've been really enjoying um, Korean TV, like Korean TV and Korean movies,
Yeah.
and it's all original. It's
Yeah.
all and it ranges the spectrum of like sci-fi, fantasy.
Yeah.
They're really into time travel fantasy, which is very interesting. It
Yeah,
must be a
Korea's
part
done
of
a
their
really
culture.
good job of like marketing themselves and their entertainment products and their food products to
Oh yeah.
the rest of the world over the last couple decades.
Yeah,
Love me some
one of the
French
things
fries.
I like is that their TV series are usually 1 season. So it's literally a mini series. They're
Yep.
about maybe 8 to 10 episodes, but it's an
Yep.
entire story beginning to end with an actual ending. And then
Yeah, I
that's
haven't.
wonderful. There are very few shows that are multiple seasons, but they end them. I think that's the scary thing in America is ending
Yeah.
something that
Yeah.
might be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen too much, but like my nieces love K-pop Demon Hunters, and we're talking about it nonstop for a while. There was a show on Netflix, Kingdom, that I watched that was really, really good. With it was like Game of Thrones, but with like zombies. Like it
Oh,
was like
interesting. Okay.
it was like
Interesting. Well,
the
Game of Thrones has zombies in it, so.
yeah. Oh, that's true. But like it's not. This isn't really a spoiler because it happens in like the first episode. But like the king dies. He's got one son who's like 20 something maybe, at the late teens, early 20s, and then his new wife, who is not the mother of his first son, is pregnant, but he dies before she can give birth. And so she gets this sort of like experimental stuff to make him into a zombie and pretend that he's still alive and just has him sort of like secluded so that he can be alive long enough
Oh,
for
dude.
her to give birth. And so then her son becomes the heir. And then that doesn't really work so well. And the king bites somebody. And from there, it gets very interesting very quickly. But yeah,
That is very cool. Okay.
it was really good. Like the period dress was like amazing stuff I hadn't really ever seen before. Just like this, like they had these like they're sort of like cowboy hats, but it was like the brims were silk and they were like looking through them. Like
Yeah.
the hat would come down over their eyes and they would look up through them, and it was awesome. It was some awesome costumes and awesome characters and
Oh, yeah.
battles and politics and all sorts of crazy stuff. It was, yeah. I need to see more Korean stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely check it out. Any of their they're very into chef stuff, like cooking stuff
Yeah.
too.
Yep.
So there's a lot of kind of Iron Chef-esque stories that
Sure.
they have where this chef is just this like awing people with his magic powers or her magic
Yeah.
powers and stuff, and it's usually got a really dynamic. It's very good. I recommend that. They're mostly on Netflix right now, but
Yeah.
I think other things like Prime and a couple of other things are starting to pick up on them. So it's good
Yeah.
stuff.
Like a third of what gets suggested to be on Netflix is Korean dramas.
I recommend if you can stand. I know a lot of people that can't stand subtitles, and I don't think they sub them. So, but if you can stand subtitles and kind of experience that, recommend them.
Yeah, so
Like 100%.
subtitles to me are like when you watch widescreen and at first you notice the lines.
Yeah.
And then afterwards
You
it's
just
not.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I'm reading
The
a book
Kingdom
that
show
has
had
audio.
the option for both subs and dubs, and I was like, I didn't
Oh,
really
good.
watch too
Yeah.
much foreign stuff before that needed that, and so I was like sort of experimenting with which one I liked better. But I think I like the subtitles better.
Yeah. Well, one of the things about Asian languages is they're expressive. So
Yeah.
a lot of the intent in what they're saying is expressed in how they're saying it there. So listening to the subs, you actually get more of what the meaning is behind the words that they're
Yeah.
using because you're listening to how they're expressing. English, you doesn't necessarily do that. They don't project like intent through how they interact with the language and
Yeah.
through their body and
It
through
was interesting when I was
their
watching it with
speech.
both subs and dubs because they were done by like clearly different teams, and so
Yeah.
like some of the translations were slightly different. I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm getting like two different sets of nuance while doing that.
That's been a thing
Yeah.
with translations for a while because there's a couple Dragon Ball DVD sets that are like that too. If you put on the dubbed version and still have your subs on, I mean,
Yeah.
it's almost like the story is completely different in some spots too, just
Yeah.
because there's so many different like regional misunderstandings that would take place if you translated it directly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also just, how can I put this? Purposeful cultural shifts they do in the
Oh
language
yeah.
too, which
Yeah.
changes the meaning, but not as like a malicious intent way, but to try to make people understand what's actually
Well, it's like
being
when
conveyed.
like Harry Potter, the first book was called Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone,
Yeah.
but then the English version was Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
We don't know what
Sorcerer's
philosophy
Stone.
is.
Sorcerer's Stone is not a thing that exists in mythology, and Philosopher's Stone is. And I knew what a Philosopher's Stone was, but I didn't know
Yeah.
what a Sorcerer's Stone was. But then
There
they
was-
also
there were-
they have other like translations to like sort of make stuff make a bit more sense to an American audience versus a
Yeah.
British one. But yeah,
I love listening to the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone and the entire British edition of
Yeah.
all of those because it doesn't Americanize any of like Flashlight is still called a electric torch and
Yeah.
stuff like that in there,
Yep.
so they don't Americanize it at all. And Stephen Fry is reading them, so
Yeah.
if you get a chance to
Stephen
listen to those, they're phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Jim Dale did a great job on the American version, but Stephen Fry is Stephen Fry.
yeah.
So.
Stephen Fry Does America is something I rewatch like every other year or so just to watch his crazy interactions with the American South.
I love a bit of Fry and Laurie. I watch that,
Yeah.
like clips of that regularly. There's some great stuff, especially where they're like doing American accents and stuff.
I've been watching weird stuff, man. I've been watching Australian spelling bee comedy TV shows.
Oh yeah,
Oh man, weird stuff. British shows, Countdown, Cats Does Countdown.
Yeah.
8 out of 10 cats.
Taskmasters.
Taskmaster's great.
Yeah.
Taskmaster's really good. Ogre, have you seen Taskmaster?
I have not seen
Oh.
it. No.
If you get a
I'll have
chance,
to
I think you would
pop
really
it up.
enjoy that.
I think it's season or series 19.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing is. I'm not sure if all of them are there on free, but like Taskmasters like YouTube channel, like the entire season 19 is there for free, and that's got like Jason Matsukas.
Yep.
If you know who he is from like Brooklyn Nine-Nine and The Good Place, and like he's a
Parks and
hilarious.
Recreation,
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Jason
looking it
Matsukas
up right
is,
now. Yeah.
is awesome, and he like really plays up the like angry American compared to all of the like he's like trying to like destroy the set every chance he gets.
Oh yeah.
It's great. It is great.
What's his name too? Kanal. Cannot think of his name now. Another American that was just on Taskmaster.
Oh, okay.
Indian American guy. I can't think of his name at all. That show is great.
But yeah, it's a great show. It's like they do those series of tasks that are just like completely off the walls crazy with like British comedians and usually like one. They usually got like one foreigner per season.
My
like,
favorite thing though is
maybe
how
they're from New Zealand or Canada.
diabolical Greg Davies is, and
Oh, yeah.
has given one member of the cast a task
that no one else
that
got.
no one else had.
And they're like, wait, I'm the only person that had to count how many beans were in the can of beans with just my fingers? What? None of the rest of you had to do that?
There
That's
was
funny.
one where someone had to send Greg a seductive text,
Yep.
like a text seducing him a day, one day or once a day every day of the year, and Greg Davies broke it to him at the live recording that he was the only one to do it in front of all the other competitors. That was good.
That's great. Which platform is it on our channel?
Pretty much everything's on YouTube, I think.
Yeah, I think they got a lot
okay.
of stuff on YouTube. They
Okay.
got like clips, they got full episodes, they've got a couple full seasons.
If you have BritBox on Amazon, I think they're all
Yeah.
on BritBox too.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I'm gonna save it on YouTube real quick while I'm here.
There's
I think
some,
you might be able to watch it on HBO if you have HBO Max or whatever the heck they're calling it these
I can't
days.
remember.
To
There's
be
some
honest, I
legends
don't.
on that show.
But yeah, just even like watch a few clips and you'll be hooked.
Oh yeah. No, I look for it. I saved it on my YouTube. I don't really have many streaming services right now. I have incidental Prime Video because I
Alex
have
Horn,
Yeah.
Amazon.
the co-host of that show, Alex Horn, is a very good musical comedian himself. He has a group called the Horn Section, HORNE section. They
Nice.
they tour with like a bunch of different comedy bands and stuff. Taskmasters they've started doing like U.S. shows.
Yeah, I think there's an Australia or maybe even New Zealand as well.
They tried to do it in the U.S.
Trying to
with
franchise it.
Reggie Watts as the Alex Horn part, and then it was Alex Horn and then Reggie Watts as the Taskmaster, and it lasted like 3 episodes. Almost as bad as the American IT crowd.
Yeah.